everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. So, seeming we're in October, why not do a nice horror top 10? And this is going to be a great top 10. It's going to be my favourite 4K and Blu-ray horror steelbooks in my collection. It was a tough time trying to pick these top 10 out, but I have to admit, the 10 that I have picked out look absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing I am doing in this top 10, last month I done my top 10 favourite 4K steelbooks, and I also done a top 10 of my favourite Blu-ray steelbooks. Now, the horror steelbooks that I actually showed in both them top 10s, none of them are going to feature in this video, because I'd end up just making the same video again, so there was no point to it. But what I will do is I'll leave a link to both of them videos down below in the description if you want to check them out, because there is some very nice looking horror steelbooks in there. So yeah, let's get on with the top 10. I'm very happy with these ones. So we're going to start with the first one. So this is number 10. And yeah, just like all my other videos, I have removed the J cards off these just so I can show you the full artwork. I always keep my J cards. So up number 10, we have got James Wan's Demonic. Now, don't get this confused by Neil Blomkamp's one that just came out recently. This is the one that James Wan done. I think it was around maybe 4 years ago. It stars Frank Grillo and Maria Bello. And it's kind of one of these kind of demonic possession movies that's kind of held in this house. And it's one of those movies where it's kind of held in the present, but then it kind of goes back into the past. Like, it goes 2-3 hours into the past, so you can find out what exactly happened in this house. It's actually one of them movies, when I first seen it, I didn't really particularly like it, but I always give my movies a second go, so I gave this one a second go. Thankfully I did, and it grew on me a bit more. And then I watched it again for a third time, and now I have to admit, I do love it. It's such a great movie. This release, I think, is a German release. I can't quite remember where, or maybe a Polish release. I can't quite remember. But I did love the artwork. The artwork is fantastic, particularly the back of it. It looks unbelievable. It's just so, especially when you bend the light off it, it looks absolutely amazing. So yes, this is anyone that's a fan of James Wan's movies out there, even though he doesn't direct this movie, it does have that James Wan feel to it. And I think you might actually get a kick out of this one. So do check it out, Demonic. Right, so that brings us on to number 9, and we have got one of my favourite remakes of all time. We've got The Evil Dead. So I've said in previous top 10 videos, I don't know what it is with me, but I love the whole red and black on steelbooks. I just think it looks fantastic. This movie is, yeah, it really is definitely in my top 5 favourite horror remakes of all time. They've done everything you would want to see from a remake with this movie. You know, don't make the same movie again. Put your own spin on it, which they did, and I have to admit, this film really is fantastic. Yes, okay, Bruce Campbell is not in it. That is a big blow, but I have to admit, the cast they actually got in this did a great job. Very likeable cast, and you know what? A great movie. Even though Sam Raimi doesn't direct the movie, he does produce it, and you can definitely feel his presence is in this movie, no question about it. So yeah, that is my number 9 pick. That is The Evil Dead, and it's a lovely steelbook. Right, so on to number 8 we go, and back to red and black. We have got 30 Days of Night. Now, this is up there with probably one of my favourite vampire movies of all time. I think Josh Hartnett is absolutely amazing in this movie. Fantastic cast. This film has this kind of Stephen King vibe to it. Maybe it's the town that it's held in. I think the town is Barrow. I think that might be, I hope I'm right with the name of that. I think it is Barrow, where this town stays dark for 30 days. And of course, a group of vampires come to the town, and they wreak havoc on the people that's living in this town. Great set of the movie. I absolutely love it. I love a snowy, small town horror. Doesn't get any better than that, and the steelbook is absolutely brilliant. It gives you that kind of comic book feel that this, I think this is based off, a graphic novel, and it's based off, you can actually kind of get that graphic novel feel from the steelbook. So yeah, really is a nice steelbook, and a great movie, and this film will definitely be watched during October, no question about it. Right, on to number 6 we are, is it number 6? Yeah, I think it's 6, and we have got David Cronenberg's The Fly. Look at the Steelbook in this. Isn't this just absolutely amazing? It really, really, really is. It's so simplistic, but I have to admit, I'm a big fan of 20th Century Fox's, the way they frame their Steelbooks. I think it looks absolutely amazing. They've done that with a lot of their releases. I think I have the Alien collection on Steelbook as well, and they've put this kind of frame on it, which I do love. The back artwork as well, absolutely amazing, with Jeff Goldblum standing beside a pod. Look, I don't have to say anything about the movie. The movie is an absolute classic. Up there with one of my favourite, David Cronenberg. Probably this, maybe Existence, or History of Violence. Between them three, then again you have Scanners as well. Oh, you know what? He has too many good movies. But this really is a great movie. The only kind of letdown I have with this film is we could do with a better transfer, if I'm being totally honest. The picture quality is not the greatest. This film needs, and I'm sure it will get a 4K transfer sometime in the future. So yes, we got The Fly. Right, so this is going to be my first 4K, and again, it's one of my least favourite John Carpenter movies, but I still do love the movie. We have got Prince of Darkness. So this is one of 5 Steelbooks that came out from John Carpenter. The others being Escape from New York, The Fog. You got this one, They Live, and The Thing just recently. So all 5 of them go absolutely beautiful together. Again, green and black as well, looks absolutely extraordinary. The artwork, again, very simplistic, but it speaks volumes. It tells you exactly what this movie is about. And the back artwork, again, it's the capsule dash basically the water or whatever I don't know what's in it. The devil's water. I don't know what the hell it is, but yeah, it's the capsule that's in the movie. The movie is, look, it's a good movie. Definitely one of my worst. It is probably one of my worst Carpenter movies of the 80s, if I'm being totally honest. But it's still a good movie, good cast in it. Again, you got the returning Donald Pleasence as well, which is always a great thing. And the film it does have this creepy feel to it. The soundtrack is absolutely fantastic to it. But yeah, it just lacks when it comes to John Carpenter's kind of, when you compare it to actually most of his Carpenter's movies, it does lack a bit. So, but this Steelbook is absolutely amazing. And yeah, that is my number 6, I think. Yeah, that's my 6th. So we go on to number 5. Now, I have this in here, but this might be replaced very soon. We have got The Howling. So anyone that's a fan of this movie knows that we are finally getting a 4K release from Studio Canal. They're bringing out 2 editions. We have got a collector's edition, and we've got an amazing Steelbook as well. Now, the Steelbook looks extraordinary. And again, they stick to the pattern, the red and black theme, but it's a completely different artwork that's on the 4K release. But this looks amazing, this Steelbook. This is a Studio Canal as well. And I have to admit, Studio Canal, when they do bring out Steelbooks, they do great jobs in them, I have to admit that. And this one really is quite amazing. And again, go back to that red and black. So this film, I can't tell you how excited I am to actually watch this in 4K. The weird thing about this movie is, I am a fan of it, but it was just recently, I think it was around a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, I said to my fiance, we were looking for something to watch, and I turned around to her and I said, have I ever showed you the Howling? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, I haven't seen it in years, so let's watch it. So we watched it, both of us loved it, and of course I wake up the next day, get an email, and the 4K was announced of it. So that was a bit of a downer, because if I knew that, I would have held off. I'm waiting for the 4K release to come out. So yes, very excited to see this 4K release, and this Steelbook here is absolutely amazing. So that is my number 5 pick. Right, on to number 4. And this is a sequel I absolutely love, and no one ever talks about it. We have got 28 Weeks Later. Now, I have to admit, I do not like I don't like 28 Days Later. I think it's okay. I don't get what the whole fuss is all about. This one I found to be better. I really, really did. And I know everyone is going to disagree with me on that one. But it has some great cast. Jeremy Renner is in this movie as well. You got Rose Byrne as well. And then you've got Robert Carlyle, who is the man that starts the infection in this film. But it's a great movie. It really, really is a good movie. I think Iris Elba, actually, now that I think of it, I think Iris Elba is actually in this film as well. So it really is amazing cast. And I have to admit, yeah, there's something about it. It's a creepy, it's one of them movies that I find if I put myself into their situation, I just feel very uncomfortable. And it really is a great movie, and it has some, you know, some rough, violent scenes in this as well. But the Steelbook is, like, again, red and black. Absolutely amazing. And again, the back artwork as well looks amazing. So yeah, you got 28 weeks later, and that was my down to. That was number 4. That was right. Now this one is a bit of a cheat. I'm just gonna say it now, but you'll see what I mean when I say cheat. We have got the It collection. Now this one actually has parts 1 and 2. So I just thought, because the 2 Steelbooks look absolutely amazing. They're in one box set, so I felt, look, I'm just going to count it as one. And let's face it, when you do watch both movies, it just feels like one movie. Now, we just watched these films again, actually in the last 3 days, me and my fiance. I'm a big fan of these movies. I really, really am. A lot of people out there don't particularly like Chapter 2. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, it's not as creepy as the first one. It has a lot more comedy moments in it as well. But I have to admit, the cast that they've done for the older people in this film, the likes of James McAvoy, you know, you got Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, amazing. Absolutely played the characters so well. And I do love the second one. There's something about the second one that just, the ending of it, it just has this real lasting impression on me. I don't know what it is. It's so beautifully done at the end of it. It just always sticks with me. And yeah, of course, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård. I hope I'm getting his name right. I think it's Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. What a performance in this movie. Really, really is. And Pennywise is, yeah, he looks absolutely amazing. The 4K treatment on both of these movies, the first one is fantastic. I think it looks great. The second one, though, does take it a notch up. You know, the picture quality is absolutely amazing. But the audio on both these releases is, wow, the Dolby Atmos is just incredible. And yeah, if you're a fan of these movies and you haven't got them on 4K yet, do check them out. And this release here as well, this was a so-called Zavvi release, Zavvi exclusive, but I think either Amazon Italy or Amazon France are actually selling this, and this box set is absolutely amazing. And I think one of them Amazon websites are selling this for something like around €40. So do check it out. I think that's an amazing price for this incredible box set. Right, so we're down to our last 2, and we have got George Romero's classic Night of the Living Dead. I love the way on this Steelbook they kind of stuck to the black and white. Okay, they put the green writing on the black and white on the cover, sorry. But I have to admit, again, I just come back to that Prince of Darkness. When you get that kind of green and you put it with black, it just looks absolutely amazing. Has a fantastic gloss look to it as well. Again, the back artwork is unbelievable. And as you can see, it says they won't stay dead on the back of it. What an absolute incredible movie. I really do hope that someday we do get the 4K treatment in this, because I used to question whether or not 4K would work well on black and white movies. And I watched Psycho recently, and my God, when you watch Psycho on 4K, you just cannot go back to Blu-ray. You really, really can't. The difference is unbelievable. And this film, I'm sure, would be the same if they can bring out a 4K release. So yeah, that is my number 2 pick. That is George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. Phenomenal movie. Right, so that brings us on to number 1, and we have got, and it's such a great movie as well, we have got Drag Me to Hell. This Steelbook is nothing short of extraordinary. Now, I might have made a mistake when I actually done my top 10 Blu-rays. I probably should have featured this in the top 10, because when you take the J card off it, when you remove the J card, you realise how beautiful this Steelbook actually is. And the back artwork as well, it looks just absolutely amazing. But this film, it's just, again, a return to form for Sam Raimi. A welcome return back to horror. It has everything you want from a horror movie, especially a Sam Raimi horror movie. It has that Evil Dead feel, no question about it. It can be horrifying at times. It can be, you could be in tears laughing as well. But so many funny scenes in this movie. I can't stress how great it is. And fingers crossed we get to see another return to Sam Raimi to horror, because that's where he belongs, I think, is horror, and hopefully we get him back there again soon. So that is it, folks. That is my number one pick, my favorite steelbook when it comes to horror Blu-rays, that is, or 4Ks. So yes, that is Drag Me to Hell. So that is my top 10, folks, and there's some absolutely amazing looking steelbooks in there. I would love to be able to display them. I would love to. I just don't have the room to display them out, because some of the artwork on them is absolutely amazing. So that is it. So as per usual, folks, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below and let me know what your favourite in this top 10 is. And I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. So take care, folks, out there. Stay safe. Bye bye.